morning, everyone, and welcome to the morning show. Good morning, Andy.
Good morning.
How are you today?
I'm quite fine, thank you.
Nice morning, 60 degrees right now. We've had some rain, but good news, the rain is almost out of here, and we should have a partly sunny afternoon and high today of, this is hard to believe, 78.
Wow, I like how you said partly sunny instead of partly cloudy.
Yeah.
I probably would have said partly cloudy.
It's the glass half full.
That's right. Let's go outside and see what it looks like on our hometown heating, cooling, and more sky cam. Ooh, there's some bridges. Is that that'll be open soon, right? Underneath?
By the end of October.
Okay, soon.
Yeah.
Very soon.
Getting close. Yeah, and by the end of October, I-94, the main part, $125 million project, will be done. And the second part, the West Jackson County part, from Airport Road to Calhoun, that's a couple more years.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that is awful if you've driven it. It's
yeah,
a nightmare.
It looks great. Have you driven on 94, the new 94?
The new 94, nicest highway complex in the country.
At night?
No.
With the lights?
No,
oh my gosh!
No, awesome. I haven't. I have not been out on the local highway at night yet. So
check it out.
Maybe I will.
Yeah, they have pencil-thin light poles that are really tall.
Really? Huh? Pencil-thin.
Pencil-thin.
I've heard of a pencil-thin mustache, but never a pencil-thin light pole. Vanna White is going to continue on.
I heard that.
You heard
Good
that?
news.
Yeah, for 2 more years. I actually think her and Ryan Seacrest will do really well together.
You know, the more I see Pat Sajak in his final months, I've come to realize that he doesn't appear to like that job.
You think?
He's just going through the motions.
Well, I mean, and Vanna, this will be her, well, she started the year I was born, 1982.
Wow.
That's amazing. So she'll have an increase. It's been reported that she made about $3 million a year for the last handful of years. Of course, a lot less than Pat Sajak made.
It's not fair.
Well, technically, probably not, but more responsibility in the show.
They introduced the show. Here are the hosts of the show, Pat Sajak and Vanna White. They get equal billing as hosts of the show. She should get equal pay. We'll see.
We'll see what happens. I'm pretty sure Ryan will make more than her. But what a great gig, though, to have for 45 years.
Yeah, well, you know, she's so critical to the show that if she were to leave, I think it would collapse.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so,
It's like Dancing with Stars. When they fired Tom Bergeron, the show collapsed. You can't mess. Why would you mess with success?
You know, I'm not really a big Tom Bergeron
I'm
fan,
a big
to be
Tom
honest with you.
Bergeron fan.
NFL fan fights. Holy cow, did you hear about this one?
I heard about a horrible one that ended in a death
It did.
of a fan.
It did. So we see these fights every weekend. We even enjoy watching them from time to time.
You know, when there's, you know, someone throwing beer, those are fun.
Yeah, but this gets out of hand. And during the Patriots-Dolphins game, one ended in a death. A 53-year-old father of 2 was struck twice and never woke up. Just an awful, awful story. You know, something needs to be done about all this, because you see all these fights in all these stadiums, and it takes most of the time at least 2 minutes for security to get there. Do you know how much fighting can happen in 2 minutes?
A lot.
A lot.
Kill someone in 2 minutes.
It's just awful. Awful. So there will be further investigation. They're looking at camera angles. It was reported that someone wearing a Dolphins jersey hit him twice, and the guy collapsed. But just terrible story. You go into a ball game and don't come home.
Well, people, it's just football, you know, and people, it's the gambling.
Alcohol.
Because people have tons of money on outcomes of games, and they get, when it comes to money, it wrecks everything.
Yeah, I think a lot of it has to do with alcohol. And, you know, a lot of fans, they think, and Brandon, you and I have probably been guilty of this in the past, we think we play for the team when we're drinking.
Right.
We're a part of that team.
Yeah.
So I know I felt like that before at a Michigan game, but you're not a part of the team.
Well, we're going to find out soon whether that's a good thing or a bad thing at college sporting events in the state of Michigan, because it's now legal for schools to sell alcohol to the fans in the stadiums, which I think it's a bad idea.
We'll see what happens, okay? I don't think anything will happen. Hopefully nothing.
Hopefully not. Hopefully not.
Hopefully nothing happens.
You know, the free lunch that we have in Michigan schools? There's a senator in Lansing that wants to make this permanent, that students would get free lunch, free breakfast, regardless of income. And I think it's a great idea. Two of the things that cause kids not to get lunch before this law is lack of money and shame. They will hide at lunch because they don't have the money for the lunch, or they don't want to be the free lunch.
All sorts of circumstances. I think they should just take it out of that lottery money that goes to all the schools anyways.
Well, the governor is sending millions to municipalities, 132 throughout the state of Michigan, to shore up their pension funds. Guess how much Jackson is getting?
Zero.
Zero. Zero. So
nice.
My question to the governor is, why? We're the only municipality not getting money. Did someone forget to apply?
Interesting. We'll have to find out.
I have to call the governor's office.
We'll have to call the governor's office, and maybe we'll be able to get a hold of Lieutenant Governor Garland Gilchrist to answer that question for you. You know my favorite show, Making a Murderer, on Netflix?
You know the one with the...
Yes, the one with this guy. The fellow with the auto parts store and his nephew in Wisconsin.
Yeah.
And the cops and all that.
Wisconsin, yeah.
So...
They buried the body in the farm, that one?
They burned
the body.
But there was no evidence. Well, maybe there was evidence.
Oh, there's a lot of
Maybe
evidence.
there was evidence because Noah's favorite producer, Candace Owens, is making a documentary about how Netflix got the whole thing wrong and didn't include evidence and testimony and all this other stuff. So we'll get to look forward to that.
The guy's still in jail?
Yeah, the guy's still in jail, and...
there was some misconduct, apparently.
There's misconduct everywhere, but the way that the Netflix special ran, I was ready to drive to Wisconsin and fight for this guy's innocence because there's just no way he did it. Turns out he may have. Turns out he may have done it. And like I said, Noah's friend, Candace Owens, is behind the new documentary about how Netflix got the whole thing wrong.
The Y announced this week that they are moving forward. We still don't have a groundbreaking date, but they've settled on the budget, $25 million. The Y says they have the $25 million, so they've got reimagined Y. They've made some changes, so that's good news. It should start.
That sounds great. Yeah, that sounds great. Much anticipated work on our Y for sure.
While we aren't getting money for our underfunded pensions, the city of Jackson learned this week that Senator Stabenow has, as part of her role on the Senate Agriculture, Nutrition, and Forestry Committee, awarding $757,000 to the city of Jackson.
It's a unique amount.
For trees.
Really?
Yeah, for trees. For the first year, they're going to study the trees.
What are they buying? Japanese maples?
I don't know, but they're going to put them on the strip, the city right-of-way, that little thing.
That seems fine to me.
Remember when we couldn't get Clorox wipes?
Yeah,
yes.
I do remember that.
Guess what? It's happening again.
Really?
Yes. Just as flu season gets underway, the culprit this time is not the pandemic, but a cyber attack.
What?
Clorox wipes was cyber attacked.
Jeez.
So they can't make the things fast enough.
Do you ever use them on your skin?
I have, yeah.
Really?
I have a package in the car.
For your skin?
Yeah.
Really? I've never used them on my skin.
Who's the person that uses Windex on everything?
Here?
A celebrity.
I'm not sure.
My Big Fat Greek Wedding.
Howie Mandel, maybe.
Howie Mandel.
Howie Mandel
Yeah.
probably uses
So
Windex.
stock up, start hoarding the Clorox wipes. I like the flat ones.
I like the ones that aren't as expensive as
I like
those.
these ones, the things, you can't get them out.
No, and sometimes I've ruined a whole package by
Yeah.
leaving it cracked.
And the last 3 are too wet.
Correct.
Yes.
Yeah, they are. Because it's all the Clorox has seeped down to the bottom of those. Correct. Very good.
Yeah. And another thing you might have a hard time getting, Kraft Singles, America's favorite cheese. America's favorite cheese. There's a problem with the packaging machines at the Kraft Singles plant, and a small strip of plastic is embedded in the cheese.
Oh, good.
But who hasn't made a grilled cheese with the plastic on?
You're right. Yeah, it does taste good. I've had grilled cheese with paper on it too. It's really good.
Yeah.
Very good. Week 4 of high school football, excuse me, week 5, I keep saying week 4. Dearborn Divine Child at Lumen Christi. That'll be our live game coverage at 6:45 on the Avenue Auto Friday Night Live. So looking forward to that game. And then Lumen Christi's on the road pretty much for the rest of the year. They have a game in Traverse City, a game in Gaylord.
Wow.
Whew, carpool.
Yep. Load up on snacks. Also today on JTV, it's the premiere of a brand new food circus. Adrian Sharp and the food circus crew head to Albion to the Foundry, Bakehouse and Cafe, and Superior Street Mercantile, 2 cool businesses in beautiful downtown Albion.
Very cool.
Yeah. Also tomorrow, Thursday, brand new Jackson show with highlights from the 2nd annual Jackson Hispanic Heritage Festival this past weekend.
Our show today is brought to you by Vermeulen's Home Furnishings. They're in their 3rd generation. Stop by Vermeulen's today. Thank you for helping us bring you today's show.
Any Mel Tucker news today?
He responded yesterday, hinted at a lawsuit, defended himself in his actions. A little bit of a he said, she said situation, and I think this is going to get settled out of court because no one has money for all this.
No, hopefully they won't give him any money.
I think they're going to give him $10 to $15 million, and I think we're done. I don't think Michigan State's going to want to have the alleged victim have to do the testimony and all this other stuff in the investigation, so
well,
I assume it's going to get settled. And he probably does have some rights that possibly were violated. You have to look at that as well with his termination. I'm not saying what he did was right. I'm just saying the process of how he was fired. There's probably some legal things in there that weren't done 100% appropriately.
oh yeah, poor guy, he got fired.
I'm not defending him. I'm just saying that's why it will get settled, because I'm sure there were some things that were not done properly.
I don't know how this works in other places, but I'm pretty sure you don't get a letter that says, hey, in 7 days, we're going to fire you, so you've got a week to amass evidence to prevent that from happening. I don't know any other place that would happen.
No, it was odd to me, but again, we're not lawyers, so everything was done by lawyers.
That's right. That's why we have so many.
That's why we have so many. They're very good. They get paid quite the
Yes.
handsome rate. I'm sure the Mel Tucker team is being paid very well right now.
And I don't understand. He's asking for, he's requesting a medical leave under the Family and Medical Leave Act.
Right, but that was potentially, when did he request that?
Like yesterday. So you're already off work, Mel.
It's called depression and anxiety for the poor choice you made.
It's called.
Okay. Enough about Mel. Enough about Mel. Let's get to high school sports. Our Extreme Dodge scoreboard brought to you by our friends over at Extreme. A lot of action.
Busy night.
Busy night. Volleyball. Grass Lake beat Columbia 3-0. Union City over Concord. Addison over East Jackson. Chelsea beat Jackson High. Napoleon over Manchester. And Springport over Quincy. And boys soccer, Western won the crosstown rivalry against Northwest 4-0. Girls golf, it was a nice day for the golfers yesterday. Grass Lake Jamboree, Columbia Central finished first in that event. And Columbia is just playing really well. They are not even close to being contended on in these matches. So, college athletic events, Marion beat Spring Arbor in men's and women's tennis. And Spring Arbor finished second at the Cardinal Invitation in men's golf. Here's what's all coming up today, September 20th. Tons and tons of action. high school and college. If you'd like to watch a college event to see if your little tyke that you're taking to the Saturday football game or tennis match is maybe what it looks like to be a college athlete, I would recommend you check out some of our great college athletes here in town at Spring Arbor and Jackson College.
Yeah, they're amazing, and it's unbelievable the level from high school to college, how different it is.
For sure.
As you found out as a college athlete.
Yes, that is true.
Who's on the show today?
We've got a great show lined up. We're going to get things started with Dr. Jacob Sinkoff and Dr. Kristen Supa right after this quick break.